Good morning, crafty friends. Happy Halloween, and it is day 31 of the 31 days of Halloween. And today it's Fabric Friday. Hi, this is Kelly with Kelly's Creative Dream Studios. Now I've pulled out some of the fabrics we had worked with before. I did notice that I didn't have any of this one out. So I'm going to go ahead and cut a piece of this one off really quick, and then we're going to get started because I have plans today. This is my New Year, and so I'm out to have a me day. I'm going to take a birthday present to one of my gals that is a beta reader for me. So I'm going to go get her, take her a birthday present, spend the day in the coffee shop working with my tarot journal, and that's going to be my day, and I'm looking forward to it. So, okay, we've got a strip of that out for now. I'll probably do more of that later, but I think I have a big enough piece. And in this other stuff, I also found this fabric that I thought was stunning. And this is a really good quality quilting fabric. So I'm not going to get to use a lot of it because it's really super heavy. But I do want to take a strip off. So I'm going to go over here like this. And just about, well, you know, I can't cut a straight line, and this is apparent. But I wanted to make sure I put that on a fabric strip. What I started doing when I started pulling the fabric out for this, and I've decided that of all my fabrics, I'm going to do bobbins of the fabric, and I bought a tub to do that with. I'll have one that is just Tim Holtz fabrics, and one that is a little bit of everything else. So this is what we're going to play with today. Now I have already coated my tag in the Mod Podge, and my iron's been heating up, so we're good there. So I'm going to take, and I decided I wanted to do more of a neutral background on this, not the black, so I decided I wanted to do this orange. It's kind of a moon glow apricot-y kind of thing. And my iron's been heating up for about an hour, so it should be good and hot. And I'm just going to give this steady pressure. Oh no! Well, we won't be using that one. Let's pull this one off really quick before we lose our glue. And I guess first thing we need to do is we need to clean that off. So let me get a towel here. And I'm going to spray this real heavy with water and see if we can't get some of this cleaned off. I forgot that needed cleaned, and when I pressed some paper the other day, it didn't show up, and so I thought maybe it had cleaned itself off, but maybe not. It's getting there. I think I'm going to have to use some acetone on that. And I don't know if acetone on there is a really good idea. But we're going to find out. We're going to find out. Now I'm going to pull this one aside so I can come back and clean that off. And I'm going to lay my cloth down here that I do all my acetone stuff on. And give that a dribble. Now acetone will evaporate. So we're going to... Oh, that's much better. That's much better. So if you ever have sticky stuff on your iron, acetone is the way to go. And I'm going to clean that off a little bit because it'll evaporate, so we're good. And now I'll come back in here with this cloth that we sprayed the water on, and I'm going to give it another spray. Let me get my lid on my acetone, where I have acetone everywhere. And where did my spray bottle go? There it is. And I just want to get the acetone off of there, even though it'll evaporate. Just want to give that a quick. Okay, I think we're going to be good to go now. Woohoo! And I knew that was on there. I should have checked it out. Now I got to find a piece of this that doesn't have that spotty stuff on it. So we're going to flip this around and go the other direction. And now we can come back. Oh yes, that glides so much smoother on there. When it was starting to not glide across the paper, I knew that it needed... a little something extra. So, we're just going to give that chance to really press itself down in there good. Just like that. Okay, whoops. My cord this morning just wants to keep pulling. Now, I'd rather keep it plugged in because I get a better adhesion with it. So, what's everyone doing today? Are we going trick-or-treating? We have munchkins to take care of, going to Halloween party. What's up today? Tell me what you're doing. I am so excited to be heading out to spend the day with my bestie. She'll be working, and that's an even better reason to spend the day with my bestie, because she's going to be working. But she'll be working in the coffee shop. And I'll sit there and work in my tarot journal. I have a tarot journaling printout that I bought from Etsy from Mystic Smoke Tarot, and I've had it for 2 or 3 years, and it's like everything else, I just keep accumulating things and I never really get to putting them together. And this is that time where I've decided, you know, this was the year I was going to start finishing projects, and so I've been working really hard on doing that. Now I think this is where, because I had lost some of that adhesion on there, but we're going to go ahead and see if we can press it down a little bit more while we talk about what comes next. Now tomorrow there will be a flip through of all 31 tags, and then beginning next week on Tuesdays I will be doing a Christmas card layout, and I have several different things to play with, but I want to get all my Christmas cards done, so I will do one on camera at least. And the videos are going to be relatively short because I'm also working on trying to finish up my book. I want to release it in mid-May of 2026, which means I have to finish it. It has to go through multiple rounds of edits, and then we can figure out where we're going from there. This cord just really doesn't like to let me balance that iron anywhere, except to unplug, but I want to leave it plugged in for right now. Okay, because I still have this pulling up, so let's go ahead and just go ahead and... Now, I don't want the squiggles under here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back in with my silicone brush. I'll tell you, I'm all butterfingers this morning. And I'm going to smooth that out all the way to the edge. And then I'll come back in with my roller and press that down in place and really give that a chance to glue down. That Mod Podge, and I think it's because I had to pull that off, I think is what did it. So we're just going to go back through and get our fabric down here and get this going. Now after I get this pressed down, I may come back and use that iron to okay, we'll give that a minute to dry, because that's not going to go much. And while it's drying, I want to wipe that up. So I keep losing my Mr. bottle this morning. It's like it's right here. We are doing better today after sending Spirit over the rainbow yesterday. Dr. Mike was so sweet. I think I kind of drove him a little nuts. I chatter when I'm nervous, and I was sharing stories of Spirit, and he finally put his stethoscope in and just left it there, continuing to listen for Spirit's heartbeat to fade. And I think a lot of it was because I was talking too much. But he's a sweet man. I mean, he walked in the door, and the first thing he did was ask me if I was okay and gave me a hug. And you don't get that from many vets nowadays, or people in general for that matter, to ask you if you're okay. I was doing okay. I knew it was Spirit's time. I got to come back and trim this top off, and the easiest way for me to do that is with this quilting cutter. So I can get rid of that white, because dusting it's not really going to work. Okay. Always make sure to close your blade when you're done, so you don't pick it up wrong. And then I can get rid of that again. Okay, so now we want to do clusters. And I have, like I said, I have several things here to play with. I really want to use this black as the base. I think that's going to make a really cool base. But I should have brought my rotary cutter over here, because it would have given me a decal edge on this. And I'm not sure if I want, because that's kind of wonky, and I'm okay with wonky. I just don't like the little burp. Okay, that's enough of that. It's driving me crazy. So let's go in here. Now this video is coming to you a little bit late this morning, and I apologize. But I wanted to give my iron plane time to heat up, and then it really didn't make any difference, did it? Okay, now let's get that little sliver off of here. And I like that wonkiness. And I'm going to kind of position that here. Let's do that. And I also want to bring in some of that netting. I want to use some of this. I think this is going to be pretty. Do I have a piece of it? I have a piece of something over here. Nope, that's not it. I want to use the sparkly stuff. So I am going to take my scissors. And I'm just going to cut a piece of that off just like that. And then put this pin back in here, find my edge. There we go. So I said I'm leaving town today, but I thought what I would do first, Bob and I still need to do our, we haven't covered our jack-o'-lantern yet. Now I want to use a piece of this, and I think I want it to be, and see, I don't even need a straight edge for this. I'm just gonna whip off a piece. Oops. Guess it helps if you go a little snug. And I want to bring in a strip of the purple. I decided I'm not using a big piece. I just want to use a piece of it. Just like that. Oh, and then we had this piece here that we frayed and made the frazzle. That would have been pretty. But I think I need the the purple underneath there. And I'm going to go ahead and frazzle this edge off and get rid of these hairs. And for the top of this, I'm going to use something from the My Mind's Eye piece that I have. That really just wants to curve up, and it's driving me nuts. So I figured I'd get this done while Bob was sleeping. Then when he gets up, we'll have our coffee. And there. And then I don't want any more of that. I do want a piece of this. And then let's bring in that frazzle. And I want to take and cut that one off just a little bit more. It's a little big for my taste. And we're going to fray that edge. And all you do is just start pulling strings. And it adds texture to your piece without adding bulk. And that's one of the things I love about it, because bulk is not my strong suit. So, not a big fan of bulk in my journals, but I do like texture. So I'm going to leave that one on there. And I think we need to bring in a piece of this. We need to bring in a piece of this. Let's put it underneath here. Like that. And then we're going to go over here into My Mind's Eye and see what we have. I've got to get down to the bottom of the bowl here. Okay, I think we're there. Oh, another one that could add texture. Bring in a little bit of this green. That green pretty? That may be what we want to do on the bottom. So that black will pop off of there. Let's do that, and then I'm going to dig through here and see what we have. More ribbony pieces. Don't need playing cards, don't need black paper, don't need Harry Potter glasses. There's a sticker, but I really want to use, oh, that might be nice, and then put something in front of it. There was our trick-or-treat boxes. Some really cool pieces in here. They're just not what I'm looking for. she'd be cute on there, but I want to leave the card. I don't want to cut her apart. And let's bring in that 31. Postcards. She doesn't pop enough, but maybe, or the spider. That might work. And then we hang on to that. I think I've got a plan for that. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Now, Mr. Bones, I really like these little girls. They're so cute. And I really want something cutesy on there, I think. So let's go with what we've pulled out. And I'll show you where I think I'm headed with this. I'm ready to put the Halloween stuff away and bring over my Christmas stuff to start doing stuff. I am going to go ahead and cut this out right here. We won't need that, but I think what I want to do is I'm going to, oh, you know what, I have Ziggy scissors. Let's make her a postage stamp, shall we? We'll just trim her off. I try not to cut off the jack-o'-lantern or too much of her toes. And let's just make her a postage stamp. How's that? That works. And then we're going to come back in and dust that. And I don't think we're going to use the spider. We're just going to stick with her. I just wanted something cutesy on here. Just like this. Oh, we're at 16 minutes. This is going to take about 4 hours to upload, which means I'll finally get to post it before I leave this morning. I think we're going to just put her right there on top of that cluster. Lots of fabric pieces here for her. And then I want to bring in, let's anchor her first. Let's do that. Let's anchor her first. I've got my crafter's glue here and my brush. Put it away already this morning. Let's use this brush. Right? No, I like the littler one. I like the littler one. Why do I say things in duo? I don't know. But I'm going to take and put quite a bit of glue down here to make sure that I catch the webbing. Okay. And then we can come back in here. And I think I'm going to angle that the other direction. And then I'm going to dust this across here. Let's move it down right there. And then put some here to catch that trim. And see, it's okay if it goes over because we're going to keep adding to the top of it. And then I'm going to come down here, add some more glue to that orange stripe. And notice I'm not gluing everything down completely. I'm leaving, I think that goes that way. I think we'll go this way. I'm leaving movement. I'm leaving room for things to fly free. And we'll do that. And it's all about the layers. And it took me the longest time to figure out, well, why do you put stuff down and then cover it up again? Because it's all about the layers. You want little things peeking out to show that there are layers, not just everything stacked on top of one another, or not having anything down there. Almost put her on upside down. So we're going to put her right there. And I'm going to put a clip on her for a minute and give her a chance to glue down. Whoops, yeah, she's going to go anywhere. We're just going to have to hope for the best on her. Okay, and I think I'm going to keep using this glue to do the top, because what I want to do is I'm going to use this and I'm going to use this. Don't know if I'm going to use this, but if I do that, I can get a hold of it. I could do that, and if I glue that in place, Let's take a piece of this black off. Oh, you know what I don't have on here? We're going to do lace at the bottom because, you know, you got to have lace, right? Got to have lace. That lace is going to need pressed, but I'm going to go ahead and take a snippet off of here, and we'll press that in a minute. Okay, but what I want to do is take a piece of this that's not laying down very well. It's going to take me a month of Sundays, I swear, to get this corner cleaned up after I've been crafting every day for 31 days. I've tried to keep things organized, but that doesn't always happen. Now I am doing, oh, I didn't cut that wide enough. That's not wide enough. Well, fiddlesticks. Is this one going to be wide enough? It can be. It can be. Let's trim this off. And let's trim this off. And trim this off. Like that. And then I want to go ahead and keep those corners rounded. This little punch is the handiest little punch you will ever own, I swear. Okay, it wants to go the other direction, so we need to go here. There we go. Okay, because I want to do this way up here. Bend that down. But I wanted the black underneath of it. Let me see. Oh, a piece of that other black. Here we go. Take a piece of this. And after I get that secured, then I can trim it down. Because yeah, I just want it peeking out. Okay, so there's that. And let's take and glue that. I lost my brush. There it is. I hope Bob's ready to wake up when I get done, because I really want to have breakfast and then start carving pumpkins. And the reason we need to do it this morning is because I won't be home until after dark, so I won't see it otherwise. And this allowed us to bring in more fabric. This has probably been our most fabric heavy tag that we have done for Fabric Thursday, or for Fabric Friday. So then I can go like that. And I'm going to take and make sure it's secure. And I'm going to go ahead and use this glue right there. Because then we're going to take and bring this down, and we're going to dust it with the black soot first. And this seems appropriate to use this one for today's challenge because it's the 31st. And I'm going to glue it right there underneath that October. Now, what do I want to do for a hanger? I'm not sure. Come back tomorrow for the final flip, and I'll show you what I decided to do for this one. And I'm going to go ahead and press this lace down really quick, and I will have it attached, and you will see it tomorrow in the video for Fabric Friday, the 31 days of Halloween. Thanks for joining me for this series. Leave a comment down below. Did you have a favorite tag that I have done? Or did you learn a new technique that I have played with? Thanks for joining me in the studio today. Remember to like, to share, subscribe, and spooky creative blessings.